Hi, welcome to Soge King Recaps. Today I will talk about the first season of the anime titled The Irregular Magic High School. Born in Japan's most powerful and influential family, Tatsuya was considered a promise for the clan. Even before birth, his mother, the clan leader, prayed fervently for him to become a powerful mage. However, when Tatsuya was born, he discovered he couldn't use magic and became an outcast, intimidated, and ignored by everybody, including his own mother. Since then, he was assigned as his sister's bodyguard, Miyuki, to keep the family's appearance. While Miyuki goes out for a walk in the village, Tatsuya is behind carrying her luggage. He doesn't mind being subdued and is used to being treated like that. The boy tries to be strong even without magic. There is no point in crying or screaming because nobody cares. On the way to the village, Tatsuya hears his thoughts out loud. He vents about being weak and useless, and because of that, he was demoted to a simple servant. The boy feels these words pain him but stays silent, knowing he can't change who he is. Suddenly, a man bumps into Miyuki intentionally, threatening her with his other friends. Tatsuya then gets in front of her, and with a cold and calm look tells them to leave. The boy doesn't need to use magic to be dangerous. The soldiers go full blast on him and a fight initiates. However, Tatsuya surprises Miyuki when he blocks the soldier's magical punch. She thought he couldn't use magic. The soldier attacks the boy again, but with confidence in himself and his power, Tatsuya knocks the man to the floor without any problems. While the man is on the floor, Tatsuya brings his sister back to the village. She seems confused with such power shown by Tatsuya. Back in the house, Hanami immediately realizes that Miyuki is shaken, and after hearing what has happened, Hanami the maid praises Tatsuya but states that this is not his duty. Miyuki gets confused about how his brother was ignored even after he saved the day. Later on, Miyuki goes to a party to welcome one of the clan leaders. She was going to be the family representative at the event, but the girl is extremely nervous and Minami advises her to hide her anxiety for the sake of his public image. While the siblings attend the party, Hanami feels bad about Tatsuya's fate because it doesn't make sense for him to be a bodyguard when he is also a family member. A few hours later, Miyuki arrives at the party with Tatsuya. She then proceeds to greet Mitsugo, one of the clan leaders, and the man brings her to show her nephew, while Tatsuya stays near the wall and assumes his bodyguard role. But then something unexpected happens. Her nephew completely ignores her and runs in Tatsuya's direction. The boy, in turn, shows a discreet smile and starts talking to the children. After seeing the scene, Miyuki gets jealous because he never showed her his smile. Mitsugo then quickly rescues Tatsuya from the children. But in reality, he wants to stop the children from having contact with a failure like him. Miyuki sees that and reflects on the current family situation. They are forcing everybody to keep their distance from Tatsuya. For them, Tatsuya is a bodyguard whose only duty is to sacrifice himself to protect his sister. Because of her family, she never really loved him as a brother, and due to his close personality, she is not sure if he loves her either, seeing that he is forced to stay beside her instead of doing his own things. Miyuki's thought is interrupted when Tatsuya asks permission to check the perimeter for danger. Seeing Tatsuya playing his role, Miyuki decides to give her best to represent her mother at the event. The next day, the family decides to spend some fun time at their yacht. During a trip, they decide to take a picture together, and Miyuki asks their siblings to take a picture with Tatsuya. But she couldn't do that without his mother's permission. She silently agrees, and Miyuki, surprisingly, seems to blush. However, things change when the yacht is attacked by an enemy submarine. Miyuki and Hanami quickly activate their CAD, a device that allows them to use magic and defend the yacht. However, when she looks at Tatsuya, the girl realizes that his hands are empty and reflects on how the boy was useless in a situation like that. He was a mage but didn't carry any device with him. Suddenly, they see two torpedoes coming in their direction and get worried, realizing their device won't be able to stop them. But Tatsuya points his hand at the torpedoes, launches a powerful magic attack, and disassembles them. Miyuki can't believe what she is seeing. She didn't understand what happened and how they were still alive. The girl was confused with Tatsuya's ability, seeing that he didn't have a CAD device and, in theory, shouldn't be able to use magic. Besides that, the boy used advanced magic in an instant. From that point, the girl starts to feel her heart beat fast. She is curious about his older brother and wants to get close to him. That night, the clan was visited by Kazama, the captain of the closest military base. The family is giving their statement about the incident. After that, the siblings accompany the man to the door, and there he sees the soldier he knocked out a few days ago. Realizing that the boy was involved in the incident, Kazama asks the soldier to apologize, and with his sister's permission, Tatsuya accepts the apologies indifferently. Interested in the boy, the captain invites him to come and visit their base. The next day, Tatsuya's mother plans to attend an event exclusive to women. She advises Tatsuya to go and visit the military base. She believes this could be a great opportunity for Tatsuya to learn something useful. Miyuki asks if she can accompany him and mentions that she needs to understand the abilities of his bodyguard. She agrees but says they must behave like brothers and sisters in public. She also mentions that Tatsuya should refer to Miyuki by her name instead of calling her Mrs. At the base, they are greeted by a soldier who brings them to where the soldiers are training. They were using basic magic without the need for a device. The training proceeds to self-defense and Kazami invites Tatsuya to participate. The boy accepts and his first opponent is a national boxing champion. The fight begins with the boxer throwing a flurry of punches, but Tatsuya calmly evades and counterattacks, making the man fall to the floor. After that, the boy fights a black belt karate master. The soldier attacks with confidence, but Tatsuya evades all attacks easily. During the fight, Sanada, one of the soldiers, mentions how Tatsuya treats the fight as real combat, keeping his distance in case the soldier has a concealed weapon. The fight finishes with Tatsuya knocking out the soldier and throwing him to the floor. After seeing a child beat up all his trained soldiers, Kazama feels his honor is on the line, and because of that, he asks for a final round. Joseph, the soldier Tatsuya defeated a few days ago, offers to fight to prove his value with a rematch. Kazama approves and Tatsuya agrees to fight, even though his sister feels something is off. The fight begins and the soldier quickly uses his magic abilities to intimidate Tatsuya. Seeing that, Miyuki wants the fight to stop, but Tatsuya stops her, saying that magic is a must for a mage. The boy then uses his agility to obtain a distance, using his magic soon after to stun Joseph and knock him. But what surprises the soldiers is that he used a magic called Great Demolition. This Class S spell was hard even for experienced soldiers. Kazama then invites the siblings to drink tea and discuss the spell that Tatsuya used. Sanada also invites them to see the new devices he's working on, which gets Tatsuya's attention. A few days later, Miyuki notices that Tatsuya is working day and night on his own devices inside his room, making her confused about his motivation. Suddenly, an alarm goes off and the airstrike siren reaches the region. The news on television informs that a ship was attacked at the coast and a missile attacked the island. The man advises everybody to evacuate. Tatsuya then appears and says that Kazuma offered shelter at the base. But before anybody can decide, the phone rings and Hanami tells Miya it is her sister. After taking the call, her sister tells them to go to the base and remove Tatsuya's limiter. Miya agrees and requests Tatsuya to ask Kazama for transport. Arriving at the base, Joseph guides them to an internal lobby to wait with another family until the shelter is ready. Miya and Hanami feel that something is off, but the four wait until they hear shots coming from outside. Tatsuya quickly uses his magic to explore the area, but the room is protected and he can't see what's happening outside. Miya then asks Tatsuya to go and see what's happening, but Tatsuya worries that if he leaves, something terrible will happen to Miyuki. The mother gets angry at Tatsuya for calling his sister by the name, like he was part of the family. Furious, she reminds him that he's a mere bodyguard, forcing him to apologize. To guarantee that the boy follows her orders, the mother uses magic to force him to obey. Outside, Tatsuya sees a shooting between the military troop and an enemy force backed by some traitors. Inside, a soldier called Kinju arrives at the lobby with 3 friends and promises the civilians that they will guide them outside the base. Hanami then says that one of them went outside to check the situation, and the mother says the soldiers can bring the other family first. Hanami thinks Tatsuya's mother is concerned for his son for the first time, but Miya says that they can't simply trust those men. However, before anything happens, Joseph arrives and calls Kinju, who opens fire without notice. Hanami then creates a barrier to protect Miya and Miyuki, but one of the traitors uses magic that suppresses other people's magic. Kinju and Joseph talk about the betrayal. When Joseph's words reach a critical point, Miyuki launches a powerful spell that kills everybody, freezing them to death. Kinju gets angry and shoots at them. Suddenly, Tatsuya arrives, making a hole in the wall. He then uses the device he was working on to disintegrate the 4 remaining soldiers. However, he looks behind, he finds lifeless Miyuki covered in a pool of blood. Desperate, Tatsuya puts her hand on her chest and calls her by name. But the girl doesn't answer. She was dead. Tatsuya screams desperately, saying he would not let her die. Then he uses a unique magical spell. In her unconscious mind, Miyuki is seated in a cold city when she suddenly hears Tatsuya's voice. She thinks the boy is sad about seeing her die and regrets the way she treated him. She wants another chance to apologize, but is too late. The girl passes out when suddenly a wave of magic engulfs her and starts to heal her body. When she wakes up, she notices it is Tatsuya's magic and realizes how strong and beautiful his brother really is. When she fully wakes up, Tatsuya hugs her and immediately feels relieved knowing she is safe. The girl hugs him back and for the first time he feels accepted. And that concludes our recap of the anime. If you haven't already then, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on all the latest anime recaps and reviews. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment of anime greatness. Until the next video, stay tuned and keep exploring the extraordinary realm of anime with us.